My name is Dennis Michnick. I'm 52 and I'm Elizabeth Michnick's dad.
What do you know or remember about November 22nd, 1963, when John F. Kennedy was assassinated? Many people have said hope in America died a little that day. Do you agree? And if so, how did hope in America change that day?
I don't remember anything because I was a year old.
What you know or remember about the Vietnam War?
I remember seeing things on TV every night, and I remember being scared that I would be drafted even though I was really young. I didn't know anybody in the war at the time. None of my brothers had to go, but because they were too young, but that's pretty much it.
Americans lost trust in the federal government by the end of the war. Do you agree? And if so, has this trust ever been won back by the federal government?
Yes, I do agree. And yeah, I think a lot of that trust has come back. There's not as much animosity towards the government as there was then, but there definitely still is for other reasons.
Okay, what do you know or remember about July 20th, 1969, when the U.S. was able to land the first men on the moon?
I just remember watching it on TV, sitting up at night, watching it on a little old fashioned TV, um, and the guy walking on the moon, and it was just pretty neat. That's all that everybody was talking about at the time. Kind of united the country into that one important feat.
Many people have said the world's perception of the U.S. changed that day. Do you agree? And if so, how did the world perceive the U.S. after this event?
Oh, after landing on the moon?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't recall ever thinking that way. I just think that it was neat that we had somebody landing on the moon. And all my toys at the time were related to stuff for spacemen and spaceships.
What do you know or remember about August 8th, 1974, following the Watergate scandal?
Uh, that I really don't remember very much.
Well, is
Yeah.
there anything that you heard about it?
Um, I, like I say, just remember like at dinner time on the news, which is usually when we watch the news, stuff talking about Watergate.
But you didn't think anything of it at the time?
Um, Not really. I mean, my parents were definitely Republicans, so they were for Nixon. So I didn't, no, not really. I can't really have a
Okay.
reaction to that.
Once again, many people said the American public lost trust in the federal government again with the Watergate scandal. Which topic, Watergate or Vietnam, do you feel hurt the trust Americans felt towards the federal government more, and why?
I would say Vietnam.
Why?
Why? Just because we're in a war that most people didn't want us in. Um, Watergate thing was more of a political thing, so more people into politics were against that. But, I think more people were against the war than the political agenda at the time.
Okay. What do you know or remember about November 9th, 1989, when the Berlin Wall came down, effectively ending the Cold War?
Um, hmm. Actually, I remember again watching it on TV. I hate to keep saying the same thing again. Uh, I remember they wrote some cool songs about it, but other than that, that's about it.
Okay, many people have said life in America changed that day. Do you agree? And if so, how did life change the day the Berlin Wall came down, ending the Cold War?
No, I disagree. I don't think life in America changed the day the Berlin Wall came down. I think it affected more European countries than American countries.
Okay. What do you know or remember about September 11th, 2001, when the country experienced the worst terrorist attacks in the U.S. history?
Main thing I remember is being told to go home from work because they send all of us home. I worked for the state at the time, and just all the horrific things on the TV at the time, the actual happenings while it was happening.
Okay. Um, how has America changed in the past decade by this horrific event?
just security of everything has totally changed. Like you cannot go into certain buildings, you can't tour certain facilities that used to be open to the public, and even up to this point, everything is so much more closed off to the public than it used to be.
Finally, it is said that every America has a dream, be it wealthy, happiness, a better life for their children, etc. What was your dream, and do you think you achieved it?
I would have to say being happy, and I'd say yes, I achieved it
How do you think you achieved it?
by having two lovely kids.
Oh my god. Okay, thank you.